The votes will determine the 5 songs in each category that go through to the awards event. And then
is it just the number?
The winner gets announced.
Sorry, bro. Is it just the number 1 track, or the number 1, 2, and 3, or is it just the 1 track from each month?
Just the 1 track from each month.
Ooh, that's tough. You know, that's where, if you came second, right, and it is a banger, I'm sorry, guys.
I'm really sorry. Yeah. But the amazing thing is, we still have, just with the number 1s, we still have 131 number 1s to go through. How amazing is that? Just number 1s, you know.
I didn't even know there's only 131 tracks released, probably let alone 130. I need to go and check out some of them things.
Affinity Xtra, be Xtra.
Guys, right, so just to get everyone in the picture, I'm talking to O'Neil Dennis, the founder, the hard worker, the operational manager, the everything manager, but inspiration and everything for the Step Forward. And I have to, first and foremost, as I usually do, give you guys a bit of background, but just commend O'Neil Dennis for staying the course. A lot of people, I've been around for a couple of decades, and I've seen a lot of people come in, talk all the jibber jabber, and come out within 2 years. And O'Neil's past the 3-year mark, and he's like, okay, he's here for real. Guys, believe me, the 3-year mark is the key thing. Yo, when you hit the 3-year mark and you're going past, that's when you're going into resilience and me now turn back. You know what I'm saying? You know, me not calling back. So he's gone through that, man. But now, we're seeing the evolution of a Step Forward. I don't really talk too much about award ceremonies. I do obviously promote them, but you know, I'm not a fan of doing them, but I appreciate what they do for people. Yeah, because it's not me. Everyone will say, Roger, why don't you do one? Because I do promotions, but it's just not me. It's not in my psyche, you know. But you have to realize, guys, that you know what, when you're slaving away on your craft, yeah, and the only time you get flowers is on your grave, yeah, that's a saying, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's to put flowers on people, give people flowers so they can put on their mantelpiece and go, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So I have to, well, no, people want to talk about the game and getting more higher, get better deals, and they can increase their fees and all them little side. You can double it from £50 to £55. That's fantastic. But the key thing is, sometimes you think no one knows, no one appreciates you, and when you're in that dark corner, awards are there to bless you. But before I go carry on anymore, because you know me can chat anyway, so yeah. O'Neil Dennis, can you please explain to us how the charts has been going on for approximately 7 years, correct me if I'm wrong, and is now evolving. Notice he picked a godly number. I don't know if that's by purpose or the Holy Ghost. And now is evolving into utilizing that data, the engine. Yeah, I have to say that the best numerical engine that we have in the gospel system, and me talking to independent, trust me guys, I know it ain't paid me off, man, because the conversation we have, he's going, how's Roger saying all this? But no, he's totally superb, bro. But talk to me, Step Forward Awards, why, how, what on earth, what's going on, man?
Roger, first of all, thank you so much for having me, and congrats and well done to you as well with the work that you're doing. You're a pioneer. You know, so whatever we're trying to do is on the back of the work that you have done and are continuing to do. So, you know, it's easy to talk about what we're doing now, but it's always remembering that, well, we're standing on the shoulders of giants.
Amen.
You know, so it makes that much easier. So thank you. And thank you for having me on the show. Step Forward started out of a dream, really. And it's just a vision that God deposited. And I'll probably just pivot to what it is that we're meant to be doing first and foremost. We have 2 objectives. Very simple, because that underpins everything we've done over the last 7 years. It's not in anything but on these 2 levels. One, to help to bridge the intergenerational gap that exists, where if you're young, you kind of get on with it and just do what you're doing, and you don't want to listen to anybody perhaps. And if you're older, you're just letting the young people do their thing because they probably don't want to listen either. Yeah. Right? There's just been that separation, if you will, where we're not necessarily coming together as much as we could. Right? So there's that barrier. So we're not learning as much. We're not learning as much from the past, and we're not learning too much about the present and the future. So that's one of the objectives we have, to bridge that gap. So young and old come together. Let's learn from each other. Let's work together. Let's make it happen. And the second thing is to bridge the genre divide that exists, where if you're Black, you're kind of predisposed to gospel, and if you're white, you're predisposed to CCM. Because my own background is anything but. I'm into rock and metal and everything in between. So I understand just how different it is when you're a Black person. It's like, how you love metal? What? Are you crazy? Right? And probably a white person loving reggae and Afrobeats sometimes looks a little bit like, oh, okay. So we want to get away from those prejudices and just, really support and tolerate and work with people irrespective of their musical taste. And so those are the two simple things. Brilliant. Age gap and genre divide. And that's been the focus of Step Forward for as long as we've been around, because that was God-given. Those two things were the two things we needed to tackle. So everything we've done has been focused on those two objectives: the events, the activities, everything. And the chart system. So the chart system is completely inclusive. And we've been running since March 2014. And all that time up to last year, we had one big melting pot of music. Everything came in. And that's what we've been working. And, since the pandemic, we really just saw a massive growth splurt in the musical output. And then all of a sudden we were moving from 30, 40 tracks on average per month to receiving 126 at the peak in 1 month.
For real, blood? I wish I could get that in my inbox. No, that's fantastic. And it's important, guys, because I will make a statement, but really, for me, okay, not everyone's gonna send me the music, which is cool. I can get over it, man. Not everyone's gonna, but it's so fantastic in terms of from a core. If you're gonna send your music, sending music, that's a core indicator to the true stats, and that's amazing stats, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's what triggered what happened next. Ever since we started the charts, people were saying to us, "Oh, you guys should do an awards. Oh, you guys should do this." And we understood from time that it's probably something we needed to look at, but we weren't really ready. We weren't ready. We weren't ready because the natural thing with awards is there's a lot of PR. There's a lot of marketing, there's a lot of promotion, and that quite rightly so. But we felt that we needed to put in a bit more work. We needed a little bit more foundation. And that's why we waited, because at the end of the day, what they say, good things take time, right? So we were just happy to wait, build the data system, get that right. So 7 years in, last year, August was what changed everything. When we got that much music coming in, we couldn't maintain the single system anymore. So we had to break it down. And that's when we ended up with 12 different categories, right? So all of a sudden, artists who weren't really getting as much of a spotlight before shine, because now you have 12 different music categories. So effectively what we ended up doing was doing 12 charts. We had one before, and August last year we started doing 12 separate charts. So you had Afrobeat separate from rap, separate from indie folk acoustic, separate from contemporary gospel, contemporary worship, electronic dance, rock metal, poetry, spoken word, right? These were all the different styles or categories. So we had to group some of the genres together just to make it work, but it worked out well. And every single person has just been really so complimentary of the new system. It's just worked out really, really well.
But the thing is, I just want to pause you on this, guys. That doesn't mean, and I have to say this because it's hard work with you guys grinding in the information, because sometimes you look at your website, bro, and because everyone thinks that we've got Facebook money to create the best systems in the most automated systems out there. Unfortunately, guys, we're getting there. It's important to support Step Forward to be able to get a full. I'm not saying they have to. There's some manual work as well as just sometimes, you know, when you see these, you submit things online, bro. Sometimes people think it's just a click a button and no humans. It's just bots that do the rest. Yeah, it's not bots. Anil can correct me if I'm wrong. There is a lot of hard work on a monthly basis to actually eat this, and I'm encouraging artists now, and it's important artists to support beyond what you're doing, for these platforms like ourselves and whatever, because there's an unseen effort, bro. You know what I'm saying? And sorry, I don't care what anyone says, to digest 120 odd tracks, bro, sorry, that's hard work, bro. That's just a headache in itself. Then send out, get the feedback, and I think it's not just a case of seeing submissions, but it's on top of that, it's looking at judge responses and responding from the different types of input into that, and then to go forward and taking out anomalies as well. And bro, salute you, bro. That's hard. That's not easy.
But thankfully, you know, we've been blessed with a great team of volunteers and workers who stand with us. They're passionate, they're hardworking, they're committed. And that's what's helped us all these 7 years. That's been the backbone of Step Forward. You know, it's and which is why I try to hide away in the background as much as I can, because it's about the team. It's a team that carries the system, and that's what makes the difference. Yeah, man. So we've just been really focused, keeping heads down, getting on with the work. Because as I said in another interview thing recently, it's about legacy. It's about making sure that when we've done the work that's been put in front of us, we don't need to see another generation come and restart it all over again, because there's infrastructure in place. That's been the heart of what we do. It's like, that's beautiful. That's much hype as we can create as much hype as we want, but if we don't leave something that will last, if it doesn't have deep enough roots, then it's going to get blown over. So as you said when you started, you know, we've seen organizations and projects and things come and they go. And from day one, I was very intentional, very serious about, if I'm going to do something, I want to build something that lasts. I don't want to be here today and gone tomorrow. So my prayer was, God, help me to build something that lasts beyond my lifetime. I don't care about, you know, whether I'm related to it. No, I just want to know that it works and it can live beyond me, because the mark of success is continuity. If something can continue beyond you, beyond your lifetime, then you know you've done something well. You know, so if I go and Step Forward goes with me, then really what have I done apart from use my name? And
I know.
That's not enough.
I know, but I know. I feel in that one in terms of legacy. As you know, I'm very much into legacy and looking at the lost legacy within our gospel community. And I said to yourself, it's down to our generation, bro, now to change the book, to do that. Like you said, we're coming to a generation where we're a bit more in terms of anglicized, whichever way it goes. And yes, I grew up like yourself. You mentioned about, you know, you do like rock, we do like the Limp Bizkits, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you know, you're not allowed to shout it out loud because you get trouble with the man them still, you know, and you know, and you want some Jamiroquai and all that business, and people are like, you should be into Buju and all them things. I said, no, I really, and it's joke is I have a winning joke in the station because, bro, I like reggae, but I don't like reggae like that. You know what I'm saying? They got DJ Nadlux and Proclaimer like crazy. And I'm like, right guys, I heard 2 in a row now. I can't handle it, man. And you know what I mean? So it's like, so people are like, you're not into our music like that. I like it, you know, but I don't like it that much. But anyway, but I feel you on that one, 100%. So now let's go let's talk about a bit more about the awards and what's happening. Not so much who's up for the awards, where to go about the information. You know, is it buy ticket? You know, and you can give us your COVID risk assessment as well, and all the different things, you know, bro. sorry guys, I couldn't resist, man. Sorry.
You know what? It's been an amazing journey. Yeah, man. In terms of the awards and what we're trying to do. It's morphed into something much more than what we intended or what we were thinking. And when I say that, I mean, yes, we're doing an awards event and there's going to be a lot of music that's honored and stuff, but it's taken a little bit of a turn, and I feel it's an inspired turn. Okay. Where the heart of the awards is honoring rather than celebrating. It's one and the same, but it's just to explain it. What we're doing with this awards is we're looking back 30, 40 years. And we're looking at, as I said before, those giants on whose shoulders we stand. We want to honor them.
Okay.
We want to look back and honor them. And when it kind of dropped into mind as to what we needed to do, what we started doing was research. And we have a lot of data. As you know, we're kind of data hungry, so we're always crunching data and stats and figures. But we added to that in that we reached out to numerous influencers, people who have been around for time, and we just were asking them, so talk to us about the contributions that people have made, those outstanding contributions. And we ended up with a spreadsheet that had like 18 categories, different areas or segments. And we have over 350 names of individuals who have just, in other people's view, made outstanding contributions. And that blew me away, because I thought over the 7 years, I've been really researching and digging into it and talking to loads of people. But half of the names I didn't know. I was on a history lesson, and I was excited for it because I didn't know, and I'm an avid researcher, right? So I'm thinking, how many other people don't know? The people who have just been really sewing away, toiling, just making moves inside the scene, outside the scene. And we want to honor that. So, and the main thing for us is Romans 12 verse 10, and what that scripture says about showing brotherly love to everyone, about doing each other in honoring others, right? And I just thought that that's such an important thing for us to do. So the awards, we're giving away more awards on the night honoring individuals than we're doing celebrating the music. Obviously, we'll celebrate the music as well.
I feel that, brother.
Honoring is the heart of it.
Bro, that is absolutely guys. By the way, I never knew that. That's definitely crazily cool, man. Because for the old folk them that got grey hairs. Notice I got no grey hairs yet, guys. So no honoring for me, mate. No honoring for you. Say so. I'm growing them out. I have got hair, guys. But anyway, that's something that nobody knew in the industry for about the past 20 years. Because I cut my hair all the time. But no, that's beautiful, bro. And I think the reflectiveness of this season, it's shocking. Myself doing a lot of stuff, researching at the moment with the projects, as you know, I'm doing in terms of heritage and what I'm doing at the moment. Some of the stories, bro, you're thinking, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? And now it's important, as you said earlier on, it's to establish now legacy which is beyond Roger and O'Neill. It's establishing legacy which goes on. It's hard because we know we're not there yet, but we know we need to get ourselves, bro. When we're there, we're building up our yards over in the Caribbean and popping over there and say, yo, me check you there. I check you over at Mandeville. Yeah, me check you over there. So when we're over there, bro, we're just going on our laptop and our 7G phones and going, yeah, everything's working great because we've got paid workers moving this industry forward, booking in people, working in the secular and gospel scene, and doing what they do best, and not having to change who they are in terms of sound and message, because the evidence is there that you can be a successful gospel Christian music artist and walk in different spheres. It's just that we need to understand how we're going to move forward with this, because I believe that there's great potential to do that. I think now with our generation, bro, we're gonna do this because we recognize it needs to be done now.
Yes, and you're spot on with that, and it still follows in the same theme that Step Forward has had all.
Yes, it does.
Time we've been around, we're just still supporting everyone. So there's a number of awards already happening, and we celebrate and we support them all.
Yes, you have, yeah.
Right. And this awards that we're doing, it's 7 years in the making, kind of thing, and we're looking at putting in the honoring aspect of things as a central aspect to what we do. We're not trying to do it all at once either. The honoring is going to be across a 3-year period. So when you have 350 names and more to crunch, it can't
do it 1 year. No.
Right? We're releasing some of the names next week. So starting next week, some of the names of the individuals who will be receiving awards for outstanding contribution to the UK Christian and gospel industry, that will be released.
Amen.
On top of that, we have all the number one tracks. And I just want to squeeze this in, if I may.
Go for it.
What we're doing is, and this is the really interesting thing. I was talking to an artist just today, Sarah Taylor, just talking to her about the awards and stuff. Yes. And, you know, I was just explaining to her, and she was really enthused hearing this actually, that the system that we're using for the awards is no different from the system that we've used for the last 7 years.
Exactly.
Right? So all the, and that's just as transparent as you can get it, because it's there. It's the same influencers or judges that are being used in the voting, and the same public voting system, right? So all the number one tracks from August last year, when the new system started, to July this year, so that 12-month, that 1 year period, all those songs are in the running for Song of the Year. So the voting is going to start this weekend, right? And all the 131 songs are going to be in that voting process. And at the end of the voting on the 20th of October, right, the votes will determine the 5 songs in each category that go through to the awards event. And then
is it just the number?
Sorry,
bro. Is it just the number one track, or the number 1, 2, and 3, or is it just the one track from each month?
Just the one track from each month.
Ooh, that's tough. You know, that's where, if you came second and it is a banger, I'm sorry, guys.
I'm really sorry. Yeah. But the amazing thing is, we still have, just with the number ones, we still have 131 number ones to go through. How amazing is that? Just number ones, you know.
I didn't even know there's only 131 tracks released, probably, and then 130. I need to go and check out some of them things. And then, guys, I must admit, bro, guys, if I'm doing research for my shows, when I produce my shows, the Extra Hot show, I'm the producer for it. But anyway, but you see something. But yeah, so when I research the songs and make sure we got the up-to-date videos and different things like that, bro, I've said it a number of times, yeah. My go-to place for UK music is Step Forward. Sorry, I just put it out there, guys. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna find the latest tracks out there, I'll quickly go to the video section, right? What's the latest video? And if you're not going to Step Forward, sorry, I ain't going no more deeper, guys. so to be honest,
you know what?
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And I'll actually shout out 3 platforms as well at the same time, because I have so much love for them.
Yeah.
You know, so the 3 platforms that's the most used platforms on our channel or on our system.
Okay.
Are the 3 blog sites or the 3 YouTube sites that are UK based. You know, Amen Worldwide.
Yeah.
Gospel Hydration.
100%.
And West. These guys are doing amazing work. Amazing work. I got so much love and time for what they've created, and for just how much of a blessing it is for creatives worldwide, but just as importantly, those in the UK who are, you know, doing what they do. So that's what I'm saying. This is a collaborative work. It's a collaborative effort, and it's 7 years in the making, because we've been running with over 150 influencers, which includes platforms and everyone you can think of who's been, you know, just making moves in the scene. So that has been going on for time. So
yeah.
It's exciting. It's really exciting times. It's the 27th of November.
Cool.
It's going to be in person and online in St. Paul's in Hammersmith. Right. We're going to be releasing, as I said, this weekend, the voting goes live for those 12 songs of the year, coming out of 131 tracks.
Cool.
And by the end of the month, the top 5 in each of those categories will be announced, and all the other categories will be announced from next week as well. So it's a lot of information to go out. There's going to be such a buzz between now and the 27th. Of November, and we're just excited for it. I'm actually here at an event, International Gospel Music Summit, so that's why you see me in this church building.
Oh yeah.
And that's going on right now, where we had loads of US artists flew in, and they're just there's a coming together as I've never seen it before. And I'm just so grateful for the work that God is doing, and how He's just allowing us to really just put those visions into reality. And to just bless each other, as we look to really just bless the nations. So we're excited for it. And the Step Forward Awards, we say it's the definitive UK Christian and Gospel Music Awards, but we're just really happy to stand with all our brothers and sisters on platforms and influencers, judges, and the public, just to make this happen.
I think, bro, no, that's beautiful. And I think, one thing which we need to stand up in the UK, and something that Kevin Toblin always says to me, this is the world's third largest music market in the world, the third largest in the world. So we need to realize that we're in a major playing country when it comes to music. Yeah. And we need to stand up and realize we've got a part to play in this. Yeah, we've got somebody. We can be successful in this. And as he says, I don't like to say lockdown has forced us to now come together. I don't really like that kind of like thought process. But I think circumstances, situations, reflection, the ability to stop and reflect has enabled us to go, hold on a second, why am I going around in circles every album? What's missing around here? What I'm doing forward? There's no fixed model really in terms of doing things. It's just do the best you can with excellence.
Yes,
yeah, you know what I'm saying, best you can with excellence. And I think that's the challenge for us in the UK industry now, is to go to excellence. Too often we're patchy, and we need to go forward in excellence. We've got the ability, it's just we have to go hard, bro. We have to go. But that's fantastic, bro. How much does it cost to get there for people if they want to buy a ticket and whatever? What's the costing?
Yeah, early bird tickets are on display now.
Okay.
And the cost for that is a standard ticket is at £35 at the moment.
Okay.
Actually, it's 30 and it goes up to 35. I think in a week or so.
Okay, cool.
And VIP tickets, which allow people to have access to the red carpet, priority seating, and stuff like that, access to the media teams and stuff. That's £45, and I think that goes up to 50 as well. And again, we're really trying to go, as I said, overboard in honoring the past and celebrating the present.
That's beautiful, man.
That's really the heart behind what we're trying to do. And we want to make it substantial. We coined the phrases, or we're using the phrases, best of British, right? We're using the phrase, Dove meets Stella in the UK for the first time, right? But those are just give a glimpse as to what we're really trying to do. Everything is really driven by Romans 12 verse 10. And if you haven't read that verse, check that verse out, because that's really the heart of the awards. Yes, the glitz and the hype and all those things that go with awards and celebrating and having a bit of fun for what God has done in people's lives, that's naturally a part of it, right? But the core of it is recognizing and honoring the shoulders that we stand on, the giants whose shoulders we stand on. And that's biblical. That's rooted in scripture.
Yeah,
so we're just really excited for the ability to do that.
Bro, that's beautiful, man. I know you're, you got your international things. You know what, these guys, when we live in Birmingham, you get me still, we just up here, got smile and wave and zoom into these things. But no, bro, keep on, because I know I spoke to a lot of my colleagues down south, that they got these international awards, and I think that, not awards, but, summit and whatsoever. And I hope it becomes productive. And I think that now we need to be definitely part of the talk. I think we came out of the talk for the past decade, after they got up to the decade, last 5 years, when it comes to the movement of gospel music is, around the world. And we need to now get back on top of it now and bring in our professionals, bring in our knowledge, and also at the same time develop. And like you said, it's about connecting these young fire breeds that are coming through, for the Canolas and all them guys, man, and mix it in and being able to link in with the Lawrence Johnsons that have done amazing work around the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's just getting that connect, because that's what the industry looks like outside, and we should be the best place for that. You know what I mean? We understand the body, man. But listen, bro, I'm gonna leave you to it, because I can talk for England, and I know what I'm saying. I know you got things to sort out anyway. So any more things I have to say, definitely send me the link, bruv. I'll put this in the description of the YouTube video. But anything else, bruv?
It's everything Step Forward Awards. That's Step FWD Awards.com. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. There's a Facebook group as well. As I said, the voting goes live this weekend. We wanted the voting to go live yesterday, but when you're crunching 131 tracks, it's an interesting process. So this weekend is when the voting goes live. I think there's some stuff on our YouTube channel already. You can check that out at a Step Forward. But Step FWD Awards.com is where the information will be live for the voting process, and where you can click to get your tickets as well. So
that's crazy.
Guys, come out and support, come out and stand with us. And not just with us, with all the platforms, all the artists, all the creatives, and all the giants. As I said, I keep saying it, the giants whose shoulders we stand on. Come, let's honor them with our presence. And just show them that, we appreciate the work that they've done. And at the same time, let's honor the creators who've been just plowing in, despite the season that we're in, producing great content, quality content that's been blessing us. Let's stand with them as well as we celebrate the current crop of just talented, super talented artists that we know we have in our midst. So yeah, stepforwardawards.com, stepfwdawards.com is the place to find that information.
Brilliant, brother. Thanks for that, man. And yo, guys, if you're on YouTube, you know what you need to do. I'm going to go on my typical 50% of my likers, people that like this thing, are not signed up. So can you please subscribe? Let that go. I love it when people do that at the end. But anyway, but listen, guys, do support the causes out there. Step Forward, and there's many of us out there. We've had awards in there, but I have to say a special salute to Step Forward for staying on this grind for up to 7 years. And I've watched a lot of ups and downs, and people come in and out, and I've got so much to say right now. But the out of it, I have to salute the way you've been approached it, brother, and the way you've evolved and moved forward and gone your path, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And done it excellence. And as I said to people straight from day dot, we don't have to agree. Paul and Barnabas, still both of them ministered. We see Paul's journey, but we don't see Barnabas' journey, but who did amazing work himself. So we have to appreciate. I don't have to do what I do, and I don't have to do what he does. He does a charts that I don't business about, and awards. That's not me, but I love that. Because that's why God has a body. You know what I'm saying? Me, I love my media and chatting and all the things. So listen, this is how we go, man. Anyway, but listen, Anil, enough love. Thanks again. And I'm gonna play I've got a little tune here, and bro, just keep on doing what you're doing, brother, man. Yeah. God bless you, man. Yeah. Enough love, man. Bless.
Visit us for updates and shows at affinityextra.co.uk.